Cole Nova is here, he's the leader of Alpha, leading the charge. Yeah. With main man Heavy, hit up right by his side at the raid. Together they fight, drugs that corner, rich and valor, fighting for good. They refuse to back down in this war for justice. They wear the crown. Cole Nova and Heavy Hitter, they rise from the dust. For the cause, they never back down. With Big Boy Leroy, his feet firmly underground. In the face of danger, they fight through it all. Champions of hope, they rise to the top. Through shadows of doubt, they light up the way. With power and purpose, they seize every day. Their enemy tremble in the dark. Cole Nova and Heavy Hitter are heroes embark in the big galaxy that's covered by night. They bring the fire and ammunition to ignite. For it's Alpha they serve, their honor was true. Cole Nova and Heavy Hitter, they rise from the dust, fighting for the cause, they never back down. With Big Boy Leroy, his feet firmly on the ground. In the face of danger, they fight through it all. Champions of hope, they rise to the top. For every shadow, they bring the light. Cole Nova and Alpha, defenders of the right.
All right. Hey kids, this is Pulsary Vision coming to you live from Quattro Cinco Studios in my mom's basement. I was muted there for a second. We got Tracy G in the place to be. We got Red Squirrel Oil Pops. Here's the link to join on X, and the link to join is also in our Telegram, t.me/anti-gravity saga. It's in Corey and Investor's song, and we'll be playing that. You know what time, but we definitely got to play that for sure. Yeah, this whole pDai topic should be ghosted. The jig is up. That's kind of where I'm at too, is pDai, Civil War, which side are you on? And I'm not calling out specific projects, but I'm gonna lay down the line about liquidity here in a second, and the way that the choice that I made personally. That being said, there's I guess there's an exception to my rule too, but that's neither here nor there. Let's jump into Corey and Investors, Dark Matter, just a total bop. This one always gets me in a good mood.
Yes, I'm talking AGP. Anti-gravity project, I respect, staying true to the tech. We got the evil address and the pink Miss Will. Got the dark matter token going up, I can tell. Hey, I can tell this is starting something fresh. Shout out Hex Revision and on the Hex, yes. I confess, Hexicans don't stress, cause as a community we one up. So tell me, are you in, or tell me, are you out? Do you want to win, or do you chase the clout? What is this really about? The treasury and lottery. If you meant dark tokens, you can get a part of it. So how does it work? Let me explain. First you buy the dark token, now you're in the game. Then you mint the dark and get a fuel cell. That's an NFT, one that earns yield. As long as you have it, it feels like magic. But if you vaporize the NFT, that's tragic. So most think crypto is a game. Are you here for the fame, or here to make a name? See, Hexicans reign, we create our own lane. I thought I told you, we the new financial gain. AGproject.io with the flow. And if you know what I know, then you know what I know. That's just how it go. Something like to support the team, the dream, Public service announcement. T.me/anti-gravity saga is the telegram. Tap in. It's for y'all. I'm talking ADP, anti-gravity project. I respect staying true to the tech. We got the evil address and the pink Miss Will. Got the dark matter token going up, I can tell.
Oh, the echoes are so good. Shout out to my main man, Hex T Armstrong, for the chains, handmade, beautiful dark matter and pulse chain colors. Very comfortable. I love this. I love this jewelry. I'm not a jewelry dude, as you can tell. Like, I don't wear the watches and stuff unless I'm playing a character. But yeah, really, really cool. Rat Babby, who made this? Rat Babby, that is Corey, an investor, also known as WizKid77 on Twitter. He's makes some of the best ones. Love that song for sure. Stepping in for a second to say hi. Going to be Love from Cairo. So it's so cool. You're checking that crazy stuff out. The Hexicans have been doing deep dives into pyramids and fun stuff. So you're actually there firsthand, and the one meme you sent me was had me pissing my pants. Yeah, that's Corey, an investor, who made that.
I can talk to you on that computer. I'm happy.
Yeah, and going to bed. Yeah, go to bed, man. You're not gonna miss anything here. I still like the idea of pDai. No one knows for sure what's going on. I won't sell it. I just don't care anymore. This is a dead blockchain anyway, at least for now. Hope everything changes someday. Yeah, our RBTC, I hear you. I would say that there's just this crazy group of badasses, at least in Anti-Gravity Project and in a lot of the no permissions community, where the party has an end, the fight has an end. And I think if it were up to just Anti-Gravity Project, we have enough skin in the game. We have enough intelligence and enough skills that we could probably keep this going all by ourselves. I honestly think no permissions and Anti-Gravity and some of the things being built on top of Solid X, some of the things being built on top of Gelato, the Yep token, the Magic Carpet Ride suite of products. We can get into that. We'll be checking some of those out today. There's just so much going on that you would think that the chart is going straight vertically up. Like, you would think we're in the middle of a green God candle. If you saw the stuff that's going on in our group with our devs, the stuff that you saw was going on with I don't want to. There's just so much going on. Even Fast Abdul is working on 85 projects. Some of them are like directly competing with each other. I have no idea how he does it, but he's killing it. He's killing it. And the ink printer is going on. The DAT farms, homie, don't play DAT. That's my exception to the rule. Let me make this very clear where I stand on the whole pDai thing. For a couple of years, I saw people very excited about pDai, making a bunch of money with pDai, and buying a ton of it for fractions of a penny. And of course, it went up. I think it hit 3 cents or something like that at a point. You guys would know for sure. But the more I got into pDai, the more I was convinced that Richard Hart is nothing to do with pDai. I knew it's like way back in the. I still believe this. I could be wrong. I've been wrong a lot this year, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. But all the smoking guns, all the miladies, all this and that, all of the behind the scenes address trackers, it just seemed like a whole bunch of like they were stretching, like a whole bunch of bullshit. Actually, now that doesn't mean that these people aren't worth listening to. I mean, your friend Sami was right. He was dead on with the meme market. Sami called the meme bull run, and we had the meme bull run. He also has completely lost his mind about pDai and believes that it is Richard Hart's and that, this is all like fun and games and smoke screens or whatever. Bull, I think he's dead. I love your friend Sami. I think he's dead wrong about pDai. And I hope, like, I read a really good tweet from Hexologist last night where he said, I got a lot of friends in pDai. I hope my friends make a lot of money. I share that sentiment. I want people to make a ton of money and then bring that money back to Hex, bring that money back to Dark. Like, go make your fortune over there, then come back and put it in actual products with founders and fundamentals and just a real community. Because if you've jumped into pDai just because you're hoping that someone pegs it to $1 and you become a millionaire, that's not really something that gets in your heart or your feelings or who you are as a person. It's the same idea as like people that are only here because most of us believe that, Richard Hart's going to come back and pump our bags, but it's more than that with Pulse Chain. It's more than that with Dark Matter. It's more than that with No Permissions and King and Queen Pui and those guys. There's actual relationships and community here that, we're here, we're ride or die. We basically planted our flag. We burned I burned the boats. Now, granted, anybody that's got an EVM chain can drop it on some other. A lot of people can drop it on Base. We used Base when we were doing our fundraising about a year ago, and everything on Base works smoothly. But there's no community on Base. None. Not really. Like we didn't onboard people from Base, even though we were over on Base with our story and our Wishwell and things like that. Every human being that started to care about this project came from Pulse. So Pulse is where the community is. And remember, guys, code and money is nothing if people don't believe in it. Code is just ones and zeros until people care about it. And I love the fact that pDai has brought a lot of attention to Pulse, and it's got a lot of people excited about this narrative, this story. I mean, money is just a shared narrative. Money is whatever you and I agree it is. If you and I start trading pennies and treating pennies like they're worth millions of dollars, then you and me, I'm granted we might be locked up in the psych ward somewhere, but between you and me, we've created our own money. If we believe something has value, it has value. The Federal Reserve notes, everyone believes that they have value, and so they have value. But really, they're just some fairly indestructible paper, right, with ink on it and a bunch of Illuminati symbolism all over it. But basically, money is whatever you and I believe it is. And Pulse Chain has the community. Pulse Chain has the passion. It has the art. It has some of the smartest people in crypto are in Pulse Chain. People that are 2 cycles ahead of the rest of crypto right now, that understand deep things like Hart's Law, liquidity providing, bonding curves, rehypothecation, things that like would just drown other people with just one of these concepts. We go deep, we go hard in the paint. And I have to say, Pulse Chain is a little insane. You've got to be a little insane to join this fight club, to get hit in the mouth over and over and over again and come back day after day after day and continue to build and continue to not just build projects, but build relationships, build community. And so I've always kept my eye on people who are really, really good at community building. Rags to Riches, the dude is out there building community, building relationships. Randy Hilarski, he's been building communities since before Pulse Chain and Hex even existed. Richard Hart built this crazy community that we're in right now, and we've suffered several. We suffered several terror like community fights already. You've got certain tribalism groups that just fight each other, and then you've got the E-Hex, P-Hex debate. You've got a lot of this stuff going on where people are just fighting about one thing or another. And pDai is the same thing. Is like, there was a while where we were kind of like Switzerland. We just kind of stayed back. Again, whether you're into crazy stuff like Tangang or whether you're into pDai or whatever you're into, I wish you nothing but mad gains and love. Like, I want to see everybody succeed and be blessed financially. no matter what community they're in or what narrative they believe in. So I'm not coming at this with any salt, but I will say that early on, like a year or two ago, and granted, I was like tunnel visioned on anti-gravity and dark matter, so I didn't have a lot of headspace to look and follow other breadcrumbs and stuff. But just hearsay or just watching Sami and other people, you're like, you guys are stretching. And recently, we've seen pDai and Atropa sucking millions of dollars out of the community. Like, it's gone. They're taking they added to the buzz, and now they're taking economic energy out. And you can see tokens that are pairing with pDai and Atropa, and you can see other tokens that are like, yeah, I don't want to go down. I don't want to get dragged down to the bottom of this ocean, wherever it goes. But I'm convinced that Richard Hart may have, obviously he's got his hands in the whole pie and everything. So he's got that pDai and Atropa to dump. But at the same time, I don't think this was ever Richard Hart's plan to bring a decentralized stablecoin to Pulse Chain. And he may bring another one to Pulse Chain eventually, but we have several things. We have DAI from Ethereum that works just fine. We have the USDL, which is held its peg since beginning. We've got PXDC. We've got the Coast dollar, which, dude, the Coast, 0x Coast is amazing. You mint your own dollars, and 0x Coast is always redeemable for $1 in your fiat account. So if you guys don't know about 0x Coast, that's an amazing one. You literally bring your fiat, choose 0x Coast, and you mint your own stable coins with your own dollars, and vice versa. It comes out. So if you guys have not looked into Coast and set up an account, go do that first. And also, if you're in America, set up a bank account with Old Glory Bank. Old Glory Bank is matches right up with them. It's very easy to on-ramp and off-ramp money directly into Pulse. You don't have to go through the ETH bridge or anything like that. So we have stable coins. We don't need pDai to be a stable coin. The only reason you would want pDai to peg is because you have the bag. And I get that. That's good. That's good. You should want your bags to go up. That's why we're here. We're here to make money, and we're here to like experiment with new financial technology. But we've been going razor thin with our liquidity ever since this nightmare started about a month ago, because we realized first off that if you're loyal ride or dies, if you're the crazy bastards that are passionate and really like, they are sold out to dark matter. They're sold out to anti-gravity. They put like a lot of time and effort in following the streams, which my hours of streams are ridiculous, but they're in our Telegram. They're doing that. They're involved in writing the book. They're involved in creating the art for the NFTs. They're really involved with the lottery and the treasury, and they deep dive and they really immerse themselves into this. People writing poetry and music, and shout out to AJ Rip City Hex for cutting some of the coolest videos that we have in our community. Just beautiful. In fact, that Korean investor one that he's got right there, I need to upload an MP4, but I'll be bringing that on as well. But that being said, this is all I wanted to say about pDai. I hope that everyone that has pDai makes mad gains. I don't personally believe in it. Yeah, until then I'm broke. I hear you, RBTC. Yeah, I personally don't want, I'll try not to have anything connected to pDai unless this is my caveat. Unless it is right now the NOPE token. Now, why the NOPE token? Well, the NOPE token is one of the places I can farm with the NOPE and DARK pair for the DAT incentive token. Homie, don't play DAT. And I have a lot of confidence and belief in the people working on Randy Holarski and his partners. I think they've done a really good job of putting together an incentive farm and wrapping it all in a hocus pocus and making things easy to use. And again, Fast Abdul bringing in the 2Fux farms and the stuff from 9. It's like they're basically going and making a beautiful web and interface and giving you a chance to really make significant incentives and significant passive income, I believe, in the future with the DAT token. So Homie Don't Play DAT, I've got my Pulse and Homie Don't Play that paired. I've got my Dark and Nope paired, and I'm taking that DAT token every day, and I'm rolling it back in to my DAT and Pulse pair, because I think that is really cool. So that's the only place where I'm kind of like tying some liquidity to the Atropa / pDai world. And if people disagree, that's totally fine. We still be friends. I still love you. We're family. I just completely disagree with pDai, and I probably should have come out a lot sooner and said this. Granted, again, like he says right here, yeah. So hello, Max. Hey, what's up, Anna and Randy? Speaking of you guys, we're at the mall watching the Maximize. Awesome. Are you going to be able to drop me off at Jiu-Jitsu today? Yes, I will be able to drop you off at Jiu-Jitsu today. Rat Babby. Wait a minute, Rat Babby. Who made this? Father. How long will this be? Okay, so Rat Babby. I'm not giving Rat Babby a wrench out of everybody here. Yeah, Dark is growing. Love OT. Yeah, love it. Yes, pDai went up a ton today, still taking SolidX, Nope, Ink, and Dark with it. So yeah, we are riding up today with pDai. However, the fact that somebody has the ability to take as much economic energy out of the system as they do, that's the part that I want to protect myself from. And like I said, I could be wrong. I've been wrong a lot in crypto. So yeah, Dark is amazing. I love it. Thank you very much. Dude, complete insanity out there. Very exciting times. It's fascinating. Like I said last night, I said good night to you guys. I said, I'm waiting for another fascinating day in crypto. Every day in crypto is fascinating. Diehard Hexagon, hello, Max. Good to see you. Hello, good to see you. Pairing with pDai is a huge mistake. Red Squirrel is, you can see where he stands on the Civil War. I will avoid any token paired with it. Yeah, so until I break ties with some of my tokens, we will no longer have one of our favorite pairs in the world, which is the Dark Nut pair. I mean, just say it. It rolls off your tongue. Dark Nut. Dark Nut.
Dark Nut.
Dark Nut. Nice shirt. The chains aren't bad either. Hi, Mom. Hello, son and family. Miss you all.
Ooh,
all of this is just a game we're all willing to play. Yes, I'm not willing talking. Hi, Mom. Hi, Anna. Love the dual stream these days. You and Randy. Me too. Absolutely love it. I'm going to bring on someone here that was in the green room and patient enough for me to do my pDai rant. And like I said, I could be wrong. Like pDai could take off, and this could be a huge mistake for not pairing with pDai. But only time will tell. We got T. Armstrong in the house, giving me a shout out earlier. Wow, you're all leprechauned up, dude.
Oh, we're gonna.
Yeah, we got a team meetup tonight.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
in fact, I'm late there. I was supposed to be there 15 minutes ago, but that's the way it goes. Just to make sure that people are aware, it's fully disclosed on the Old Glory banking app. Any deposits less than 200 USD does incur a very modest 3% fee for the vanilla service. They actually use a partnership with Vanilla Barcode. That's what makes it really, really convenient. So I was willing to do that. I put down 167 US dollars on the count. Within about 90 seconds, I had a confirmation from Old Glory that my deposit and my funds were available. And then I have Coast as my only contact, and within 2.5 minutes, whoever, I think BitBoy is out there working with Stoic, about 2.5 minutes, I had confirmation that my money was my money was available. Now, when you mint the stable, the CST, it is a modest 1% fee, but I have paid much higher than that in other stable pools, depending on, and gas fees, depending on, network volatility. So by the time, so my experiment was US dollar to ETH dollar or ETH DAI. How do we, that original DAI, because I have DAI that with the ETH symbol and I got DAI from Ethereum with the Pulse chain. How do we get, Max, what would you say when you have both tokens, for the real DAI on both chains? How would you differentiate them?
I would I think you have to look at the contract address to see which is which.
No, what I'm saying, just for slang. So the Atropa universe kind of has the pDai moniker. We know what the pink purple DAI is, but you have the original DAI from ETH. You can bridge it over on chain to Pulse chain, and it shows you the Pulse chain icon. Nonetheless, because I needed to get into that. And another thing, remind me about Steakhouse. So from the time I laid my cash on the counter to the time I swapped for my DAI on Pulse chain for Inc. dollar, which was what I was after, not including the 1%. Well, I will include the 1%, but not including the 3% fee that I was willing to eat because I couldn't quite scrape up $200 cash. I paid $1.67 on Coast to mint. That's it. $1.60. No, I'm sorry, $1.61. Because I only had and there is a small fee for deposits onto OX Coast. So, and I was willing to pay those two fees. So, Old Glory got $3 of my money because I believe in their company, and Stoic and the boys over at OX Coast got $3. Okay, cool, no big deal, $6. And then that brought me down to $161 cash that I had, that I could mint. So starting from the mint fees to where I received in my wallet my ETH dollar, I paid less than $3.20.
Yeah, it's
And
not bad.
I think that's very reasonable.
Yeah, especially with how convenient and fast it is, and also if you get those weight tokens and you buy 100,000 of them, which I believe is less than $100, and you stake them or you lock them, it brings your burn fee, or I believe it's your burn fee, from 3% down to 1%, or even less.
Right.
So
and then
okay,
sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say that as well.
And then what kind of clicked for me is I wanted to see if I could retain or pay less for trading stables versus traditionally I would buy Pulse from Coast, so I had the core token and I could use it just about, trade within any pair. But, that came with a lot of slippage and whatnot. So I charge myself a fee for the privilege of, trading a core token versus a stable. And I use the bridge. I use the bridge to bridge over some DAI over to Ethereum because I had about, I don't know, how much hex? I think I had like 19 hex. So, and there was a very gracious offer, and I think we still have time. Our friends over at OX Steakhouse and TripDad, there's a really nice 60-day pool to get in on a T-share that's got a very, very handsome, has a very, very handsome T-share rate when that thing comes in. So bridging on the Pulse chain bridge, I think I did bridge over for like less than $1 worth of fees. And it only took like 15 minutes on the bridge. the bridge wasn't, the pulse chain bridge was not very busy.
Awesome. Yeah, I think they're all great on ramps. OX Coast and Old Glory Bank for those U.S. customers. I like those. We've got Maximus as well saying hello. Hello, Max. It's me, Maximus. What's up, Maximus? Yeah, hello, Grandma. Grandma's in the chat. Conspiracy Cryptos in the house. What's up, fam? What's up? And then Red Squirrel says Richard is dumping, and someone can mint unlimited amounts, and people want to pair with him. Insanity. Yeah, the fact that I don't control anything in the pDai industry kind of makes me just. I mean, that was kind of the problem with crypto in my mind. Was every morning I woke up and I tried to figure out, okay, what is Richard Hart thinking? What's the Maximus DAO guys thinking? What's Alex from Hedron and Icosa thinking? Like, I had to sit there and try to like read people's minds, and finally I decided I've got an idea for a token and a whole ecosystem, and I know every morning what the founder's thinking. Sometimes it's not fun being the founder, but knowing that I don't control everything in that ecosystem, obviously, but I know how I'm going to react to it. I know my loyalty to my followers and the community, and I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about me doing something crazy one morning because I'm me. I know what's going on. So, anyways, that's what's made it worth putting through, going through the last few years of founding this token, and not knowing even who really is pulling the switches and controlling Atropa and pDai and the other tokens out there makes me think, well, I don't really want to, be paired with them. I don't want to be any closer to them than I have to be in the same ecosystem. So that's kind of where I'm at with the pDai thing. Is I
Hey Max, I got to jump off and actually get out of my state rig and get into my personal car so I can go hook up with my team. Am I to deduce by the number of chains you're wearing that someone already stole 3 of them?
No, I've got the rest here. I have them here. I just like these 2 the best right now. The one that's got the really tight ones, and of course, I got to wear the dark matter chain at all times. So, enjoy your meeting, and thank you for stopping by. All right, the wall of the house, Richard was dumping pDai, still has an LP of pDai and Pulse. Okay. That's fine. I mean, I'm not Richard, so I can't say what Richard should or shouldn't do with his LP. And, maybe he has his reason there, or maybe he thinks it will pump and he'll sell it back down. I really don't know. I really don't know. I'm just saying, for me, I don't have the time and headspace to worry about pDai and Atropa, and I've never had anyone show me clear evidence that they know Richard Hart's 8D chess moves, and that this means this, and this means this, and this means this, until Richard actually comes out and says something. I don't have time. I just don't want to put the energy into second guessing, third guessing, and fourth guessing these moves. So, anyways, yeah, I know this is a contested topic, and I know that you're either rooting for $1 peg or not. And something I always think of is, why are people so excited about $1 peg? Why would you invest so heavily and put all your desires and hopes and dreams on something that tops out at $1? We already have stable coins that are $1. People arb those all the time when they go to 99 cents and $1.01. People are making money off arbing the stable coins we have. I would rather put my time and effort and money in something like Hex that is not limited to $1, in my opinion. Something like Dark, which is way more scarce than any of those other tokens out there.
There's
right?
some fit.
Thanks. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you're going to put your time, effort, money, and attention into something, if you choose to go with the pDai, Atropa, and the whole stuff, I hope you make a ton of money, And I hope you come play dark, come to Anti-Gravity and buy dark and mint fuel cells and win the lottery and have fun with us. But the truth is, I'm not convinced. There's way more negative possibilities tied to pDai and Atropa than positives. And we're all sitting around waiting to see if Dad comes home from the store. And plays chess with us, hangs out with us. I miss Richard Hart's streams. I absolutely love him. And I've learned a lot through Richard Hart and the community that he's built. I'm very, very thankful for that. I mean, I'm a Hexican for life. I'm not going anywhere. I still hold a very, very silly amount of Hex and T-shares. And I don't really talk about it anymore because there's not much to say about Hex other than buy it and use one of these amazing things like Steakhouse. Go to 0xsteakhouse.io and you can jump in a pool with a bunch of other people and get a way higher bonus and not have to worry about paying the fee at the end. So, I mean, that's good. We got Actuator with the HTTs. Actuator is liquid T-shares, and they have their own token, and you can farm and make a really good return on those as well. So check those out. I definitely need to get those guys back on and have them walk me through this. They've got a bunch of really good videos on their website, but they're and a very professional website that works very well. I just don't understand what to hit. We've been spoiled with other websites that are easier to use, and that's why we've been working on that as well. Annabelle says, "Hey, Rat Babby." Yeah, there we go. So let me just bounce through a few things for today's update. I'm going to try to keep this short, even though we're already at 40 minutes. pDai Civil War. Which side are you on? I'm not on the pDai side. I hope that the pDai people make money, but I'm not trying to hang on to that any more than I have to. I'd rather have razor thin liquidity during this bear market, and then when it turns around, maybe it's good to pair with something like PulseX, right? Or ink. If the ink printer turns ink around, that one's also something that I see a lot of strength in when you look at the liquidity pairs, and when you look at the charts. I mean, when Richard Hart dumped pDai, what did he buy? He bought PulseX. He didn't put it into Pulse. He didn't put it into Hex. He put it into PulseX. So PulseX seems to be where some of the economic energy is actually holding in the Richard Hart ecosystem right now. And again, like I said, the only thing that I've been purposely pairing right now is stuff that's in the homie farms on Hocus Pocus. So shout out to those guys. That brings me, I'm going to freeze my cute little face here and share my screen with y'all. And here we go. Like I said, I'll keep checking back here in the green room and the the chats. But if we check our website, agproject.io, and we go to minting, we can see that we're still waiting for this countdown of just under 21 days to mint the Journey 4 fuel cells. As you can see, we have the Journey 3 that we're in right now. And so that's cool. And it takes one dark token to mint one fuel cell. And when you mint one fuel cell, let's go to tools right here. If you click tools, that'll pop up in the beta page. If you mint a fuel cell, it actually turns into a lottery ticket first for the first 33 days. And there's 3 drawings every 11 days. So on day 11, 22, and 33 of the journey, we have these payouts. And people that won the lottery that just happened got 10 dark per fuel cell that won. So 1,700 fuel cells won, which means we paid out close to 17,000 dark to people that minted in Journey 3. And then in the next one, it looks like we're looking at about 8 dark per winner. And then again, at the last one, it looks like it might be 10 or 11 again. But we won't know until we see how much is won by the evil address and stolen by him. So when you mint 1 dark and 1 fuel cell, you get entered into this lottery for 33 days. At the end of the 33 days, your NFT or your fuel cell turns into a piggy bank. And your piggy bank gets paid at the end of every journey. So journeys last 45 days total. There's 11 days to mint and 33 and a half days of the payouts and lottery. So altogether, every 45 days, your NFT gets paid like a piggy bank from the treasury. And right now we have over a quarter of the entire supply in the treasury to be paid out. And I believe this will continue to grow for a while. Anyways, like I said, you get a lottery ticket at first, and whether or not you win the lottery, you get a piggy bank that fills up with dark. And the lottery, this is liquid dark that you can take and scrape and put in your wallet. And the treasury is inside the piggy bank. It's locked in there. You have to smash open your piggy bank to get the dark out of it. Not that there's a lot of dark in it so far because we're just starting. But over time, there will be a significant amount of dark in your piggy bank. And then it's going to be a game of chicken to see who smashes open their piggy bank first. We have the evil address page as well. This is where you can sometimes steal the evil addresses lottery winnings and roll them into the next jackpot. And then when this 21-day counter counts down, you'll be able to mint, I believe it's 48,000 dark are going to be minted from the evil address, and those 48,000 dark are going to pump the treasury and the lottery. So that's our our game in a nutshell is buy dark, mint a fuel cell. After you mint the fuel cell, you're hoping to win the lottery. Whether you win the lottery or not, and if you win the lottery, you get some liquid dark that you can do whatever you want with. Now, after the lottery's over, we get paid from the treasury, and you get paid from the treasury every 45 days, basically forever. I mean, it will turn into dust one day, but as long as Pulse Chain's running, this smart contract pays out from the treasury to all the fuel cells every 45 days forever. So if you don't smash open your piggy bank, it just continues to accumulate dark. Now, you guys may not understand this. I don't know if this is not many people understand this, but if you go to Pulse Chain Scan, there's less than 1 million dark. 500 of them have been burnt, and out of that 1 million dark, there's roughly 94% that are locked up in these top 6 addresses. So in these top 6 addresses, maybe even these couple down here, there's about 94% of the entire supply already locked up. This is a smart contract that is the evil address that's going to mint over time. This is the smart contract that's the treasury that has 26% in it already. This is the mystery box, which does giveaways and provides liquidity sometime. This right here is the jackpot box, which has 40,000 or 4% in it. And then, of course, we have a mystery well, and we have the pink mist well right here, all in the top. So that's already wrapped up 94% of this token. It's a lot more scarce than you guys think it is.
Do you have any cash?
It's up on the bed.
Do you have cash?
Next to the bed.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm going to the
this
swap
is
meet.
very, very, very
Yeah.
okay. This is very, very scarce right here. And if you look at this right here, this is the supply of fuel cells. There's 355,455, give or take. And you can see the evil address is sitting on most of them. The mystery box is sitting on a ton. And then, of course, we have a daughter address from the mystery box, and we have Pink Mist Well sitting on a ton. We have Randy Hilarski sitting on a ton. And we've got these other guys that are working their ways up, and we're working on getting a Ocean League system for you guys so you can tell where you are in comparison to others when it comes to treasury yield. So yeah, fuel cells are our T shares. They're just forever T-shares. They don't have an expiration date. It's just a game of chicken, right? Again, let's up here. We've got liquidity-pools.vercel.app, put together by the Block Hive. Throw some money these guys' ways if you like what they're doing here. But basically, you can paste in any address. Here's the dark matter address. We're going to hit scan, and this will tell us where all the V2 and V3 liquidity pairs are on chain right now. So we're sitting at $36,000 total liquidity. The biggest pairs with Solid X, and then a little bit with Nope. Queen 2's following up with about $4,000. Hex has $2,000. Most has $1,000. Wrap Pulse has $1,000, and someone's got almost $1,000 of Mars with that one as well. Then you have Lazy, which is just under 1,000. So as you can see, it's pretty thin liquidity for now, 36,000. And this is somewhere where if you're looking, like for instance, we could do the DAI and pDai right here, and you could see where it is. Let's actually check that out. So here's the Pink Miss Well token address that I had up, and I can show you guys how much Pink Miss Well the Pink Miss Well has too. But let's just look up DAI, stablecoin DAI. So this one, DOF, I believe that's the one from Ethereum. And then the pDai, let's see which is which. Let's actually go to right here. This is the X chart right now. Let's look up DAI and pDai. So there should be one that says DAI Pulse, DAI Weth, DAI Pulse, DAI Weth. Let's see here. Let's see if there's a pDai. If you guys know, here's DAI and pDai right here with, $740 of liquidity. That's probably not the pair we want. pDai, DAI Earn. If you guys know the one, that's pDai Earn. Let's see if we can find DAI and pDai. So this one has very little liquidity in it too, but I think we can find the smart contract address. If you guys know the smart contract address, want to throw it in the chat, we can pull that up. But this is, like I said, this is a really cool way of seeing where all the liquidity is held in all this stuff. So here's DAI and pDai. So let's scroll down here and we'll grab pDai's contract address. It looks like it ends in 9B71. So I will copy that. We'll take that over here to the Block Hive and we'll paste it in here. We'll scan, and this should show us all of the pDai liquidity. So right here, now this must be the one on this must be the one on Pump.Tires, because it's only got $1,000 of liquidity. So that's definitely not it. Let me check the chat here. Yeah, so 5555 DAI. Love it, Crispy. What's the URL for that LP website? My old eyes can't read it. The URL for this one is, and you can also search for the Block Hive. It'll pop up if you look up the Block Hive. So much fun game theory with Dark. Thank you so much. Oh, Maximus hacked his mom's account. Yeah, let's see here. What is pDai's? pDai contract address. Prime pDai Wrap Pulse. Here we go. So here's Gecko Terminals, pDai and Pulse. Let's copy this contract address right here. Okay, so it's a 616A. We're going to copy that one. And there's $16 of liquidity here. I don't know if this is the right one either. Let me plug it in here. Excuse me. Let's scan this, because it's going to be millions and millions of dollars on this one. And again, I'm going to put this in the chat as well. Copy that one. Yeah, see this one? Nope. $473. This is not obviously not the right contract address, but this is the website that we're using right here. liquidity-pools.versell.app right there. All right, who's got the pDai actual contract? Because this is a different kind of pDai. Let's actually search in Deck Screener, because sometimes Deck Screener comes up with stuff better. Yeah, I'm human. We're going to look up. Here's the pink Miss Well chart, by the way, guys. Looking pretty good, especially when you put it into when you price it in Pulse. Yeah, that's the pink Miss Well chart right now, guys. Very interesting. Here's these two huge dumps are where the pink Miss Well sold for dark and minted, and got some really good lottery winnings out of that. But here it is again. We're having some fun contests on sending some there in our Telegram. But let me search here. I think someone actually sent it to me in a DM here. So DAI. Yeah, DAI Pulse, DAI. Okay, so this is the one right here with market cap 4.8 million, 93K. Here's 1.2 million. But this one, I believe, is the DAI from Ethereum right here. I don't think that's the pDai. So here's DAI right here on V3. All right, let's see which one is which. Will the real DAI please stand up? Interesting. Oh, this is on 9mm. Is this V3? Yeah, it's V3. Let me check on this. I think it might have been someone might have actually sent me this on Discord, which is kind of crazy. Okay, so there's that one. Nope. Someone, it looks like they DM'd me the address, but either way, I'll check comments in just a second. Okay, yeah, so this DAI right here is 4.8 cents. This is looking like it might be 51K of liquidity. Let's go back and look at the list here. Let's try doing pDai. All right, so here's DAI Pulse, DAI. That one is 4.8 cents. 4.8 cents, DAI. And this it has the P thing on it. So I'm thinking this might be it right here. So let's copy this one. This one ends in 1320. So let's copy the 1320 and take that to the block hive. Yeah, can you imagine being someone brand new in crypto right now and trying to buy the right pDai or the right hex or the right pulse hex? Like, absolutely insane. Okay, so this is most likely it right here. This one right here has all dexes combined, has $371 billion of liquidity. 371 billion of that is on V3, by the way, which I'm guessing is for sale. It's probably not single-sided buying, it's probably single-sided selling. But either way, it says there's only $5,000 on V1, and then there's $500,000 on V2. Let's see here. So yeah, it says here we got 234,000 liquidity paired with Pulse, 81,000 paired with Atropa, 50,000 with USDT, 39,000 paired with Elon. We got USDC at 30,000. So this one looks like it could be it, because you got Bear, Teddy Bear, and Atropa up here really high. So if you scroll down here, you'll see Hex. There's $800 of Hex. Bass, Pikachu's got $3,000 tied to it. Pump. Yeah, so not seeing a lot of things from our community on this one, Astro Pepe. But this one might be it because, like I said, it's got the V3. This could be another die. This might just be the pumped on tires one. But if you look at the V3 down here, these are basically cell walls, I'm guessing. So like they're looking for some LUSD and they're looking for $371 billion. This one wants just a $500,000, and it's tied with Teddy Bear. Teddy Bear's looking for a $500,000, either a buy or sell, or most likely on V3s. So yeah, it's really interesting. Like I said, I know I'm fumbling the ball. I know I'm not doing the best job of showing you guys how to use this tool, but that's one really cool one. Deck Screener doesn't have pDai, but Go Pulse does. Okay, maybe I'll grab that one. Right, this is the way more confusing than it should be. That's what I say. pDai is trash. I've never had any, but I've had to dump UFO and Solid X due to their massive LPs with pDai. Bums me out. Guten Abend. Guten Abend, Wilhelm. Wilhelm's in the house as well. Let's go to something more positive than the pDai. Let's go into coinmarketleague.com. It costs about $50 to get your coin listed here and get some eyeballs on it. And so every day you can come in here and vote. If we want to vote for Carpe Diem, it's a really good site, Carpe Diem. We're going to share that and we're going to post it on X because I've tied my X account to Coin Market League. I also want to give a shout out to our old friend Dark right here, fighting its way back to $11. We'll share that one and we'll like it and post it. The other cool thing about Coin Market League is that Coin Market League has these details you can add. So if you go to Carpe Diem, here he goes. He explains how it's the first pension on blockchain, and it's got all the links to the home. It's got his audit, documentation, Twitter, Telegram, Discord, networks it's on. So it's got so much information here if people want to look into your coin. And if it's in the top 10, why wouldn't you want to check it out? Roasted is like, we took #1 from them one day, and they gave us props for it. But these guys are voting with an army or bots or something. Like they're killing it. These ones at the top are definitely voting hard. Let's see, Hex. We got to give some love to Hex. We're going to vote for Hex, and of course we're going to blast that on Twitter to everybody here. Post that one, and then we definitely want to go down and give our homies from Hocus Pocus Finance some love. So we're going to vote for them. I would love to see No Permissions, King Queen Pooey, Solid X, and Yep Token, and those guys would be great to be here. I would love to vote for them. If you guys end up posting here and joining Coin Market League, let me know, DM me, and I will make sure to vote for you guys every day as well. And I know that like Diehard Hexagon in here votes a lot. I know Tracy G votes a lot. These guys are cool. And Coin Market League, if you follow them, obviously on Twitter, they're going to also give you retweets and repost engagement. So that helps you get the name of your token out there as well. Let's go to OX Bistro. This is to me the best kept secret in crypto. It's an OTC market right here. Something's missing here. You'll see some really good deals sometimes on here where right here you got 2 dark listed for $1,000 each. This is kind of like a wink or a nod or a troll, if you will. Right here, those are listed for $1,000 each. Definitely, that's not a great deal. But if you come down here, you'll see there's $125 worth of dark that's being sold for $987. So you're actually gaining a little bit extra dark if you buy it from here. And you don't have to buy all 99. You can click buy, and then you can actually tell them exactly how much you want to buy. So if I just wanted to buy one of them right here, I hope I have enough dye in here. Yeah, I should have enough dye. So I'm going to buy one of these with a dye, and I'm getting it for $10 basically. Yeah, $10.84. and it's around 11 on the market. So I'll do that. The seller pays 1% or 0.5%. I don't pay anything on this website. So look, I bought one, and now if I refresh the page, there were 99, and then it just confirmed. There's 98. So as you can see, this is a great place to buy and sell your token and get, because you can list anything here in the drop down menu. If I hit create order and I wanted to sell pDai or one of those, I would just do this. I would paste it in here. That pulls up this DAI token right here. So I could say, hey, if I had DAI in my wallet, I could say, I want to buy DAI. I want to, you have to put a time limit on it. So we'll just say 200 hours, which is, a little over a week. And then you could say, I want to accept Pulse, DAI, 2FUX, WETH, USDL, Hex, Inc., or Pulse. I can accept any of these tokens which have a ton of liquidity in them. And then my fee is 5% right now because I have a magic bean from Triplet Dad. Thank you very much for the magic bean. That saves me 0.5%. So 1%, here in our sell amount, and you could just say, okay, I want to sell like 1,000 of these. 1,000 of these are worth $4.84. And I would say, okay, I want to accept DAI for it, or I want to accept PulseX. Whatever it is that you want, you can put in here, and then you just would create the order right there. But as you see, I don't have any DAI to sell. It's that easy. You can sell whatever you want in here. If you win the lottery, for instance, let's say I won the lottery and I scraped 10 dark matter tokens and they show up in my wallet. Oh, see, my balance just went up by 1 because I just bought that one off of Bistro. But yeah, let's say I got these 7 right here. I won these. I can go back over to Bistro. I can hit create order. I can grab the dark address right here. I can also grab the dark address from our website right here. So it's at the top of our website right here. You can copy it there. And then I would just go to Bistro, and I'm having trouble finding Bistro now. There it is. So I just go to Bistro. I would paste it in here just like we do in pTai. I click dark, and then I can say, okay, I'm going to sell these 7 dark and it's $72 right now is what the market price is. And I'll put it in there for like 200 hours. And I just want to accept PulseX. I like PulseX a lot, right? Or maybe I want some more ink. Maybe I want some ink for the ink printer. So I can just put, I want like $72. Yeah, give me $75 of ink, or whatever it is. But it'll show you here on the bottom. So let's see here, 10, 16. Sometimes you might have to do a little math, or you can just pull up this one right here and say, okay, how much is $75 worth of dark? And of course, this will have the slippage as well. So there's like 5% slippage if you were to buy $75 of dark off the open market. But it's around 7. No, ink was the one we were looking at. Okay, sorry, ink. So if I do $75 of ink, it's about 44.7. So I can go back here to Oaks Bistro, type in 44.7. I could take that. That would be about the same price, maybe a little bit more. And I could sell my dark for ink if I wanted to, and then just hit make, and then I would pay a fee, and it would pop up right here. There'd be a cooldown period to make sure, to give people a chance in case they fat finger something right there. So this is OX Bistro, the best kept secret in crypto. If you want to sell something, if you want to buy something, I highly recommend OX Bistro for that, especially with liquidity and the market the way it is, and slippage. Nobody likes to pay slippage either way, if they're buying or they're selling. That being said, let's jump through. We've got some fuel cells, some J3 fuel cells. Some of these may have won the lottery already. Some of these may win the lottery in the future. They're all still live lottery tickets, and it looks like there's about 8 24, 25, 26, about 26 here on this page for sell, or at least there were. If I refresh it, sometimes they go down. And yeah, 19 a die right there. If I click priced, yeah, so there's still about 20, 23, 24 here, and they're all about 1911 die. So die from ETH. So you can buy those here, and a lot of people have been wiping these out. So keep an eye on those ones. They come, they go. The dark token right here. Let's look at the dark token in SolidX. SolidX still has $32,000 of liquidity. It's the biggest liquidity pairing by far. And it's made a little recovery up to 1049. It was all the way down to 825. Can you believe that? 825. And now it's back up to 10. So we'll see how long this might take to recover, or if it does recover, who knows. But again, if you want to take advantage of these prices without paying the slippage on pTai's, head over to Bistro. Let's see. We've got the dark and hex pair, which only has a couple grand of liquidity in it. It's around 1050. We've got the dark and queen 2 pair. Let me refresh this one. This one has about 4 grand of liquidity, and it's about 1030. Let's see right here, dark and ink. There's a dark and ink pair with about $6 of liquidity, and it's 1028. There's a dark and nope pair, and this one has $9,000, almost $10,000 of liquidity. It's sitting around closer to 11. Pink Miss Well, like I said, we've been having some fun with Pink Miss Well, telling people, you know, if you send a million Pink was the first 2 or 3 people to send a million Pink Miss Well to the Pink Miss Well address, which both of those are pinned in our Telegram, so you make sure you get the right one. Yeah, very interesting chart right here. Look at the gaps right here. There are straight up gaps in this chart, and that's what happens when you get front ran right there. If you go to buy, you are not buying at this price. The bot is buying at this price and selling it to you at this price. So these gaps you see right here, sometimes they're bots, and sometimes they're just slippage or the price not updating quite as soon. But look at these gaps. Interesting. And of course, this is a very interesting chart. Again, you know, the Pink Miss Well owns about 72% of this right now, and all he did was quit selling it for dark, and you'll see just the craziness that happens. This is what happens when a community doesn't sell. It's fascinating. I know, right? And then of course there's dark and pulse, which is about 1040. There's a couple grand, one grand of liquidity there. Wrapped pulse today, looking like it's doing a little bit of climbing here. Let's go to the 1 hour chart here. Yeah, it's done a nice bounce off of quadruple 025, and we're pushing quadruple 03 right now. So we'll see what happens there. I think a lot of this has to do with the money that's been put into PulseX. PulseX is a very interesting chart. Again, look at this. We'll go to the 1 hour chart, 4 hour chart. And it's holding up pretty well right now against Pulse. Actually, against the dollar, it's coming up a little bit. But if we price it in Pulse, it's just undeniably stronger than Pulse right now. Like PulseX might be in a bull run right now in this community right now. That's a strong ass looking chart right there. Hex is at 007 again. Bring on the James Bond memes right there on Pulse. Ink is at $1.68. It's been doing this little climb right here. That's a 1 minute chart. Looks really good. If we go to the 4 hour chart, again, it's doing this bounce. It went all the way down to $1.26, $1.25. It's back up to $1.68. So that's a good sign right there. Hopefully, we get some higher lows. See, we continue higher lows from here. And then, of course, print token, which is from that from the ink printer. This is quite interesting. Like, obviously, we don't want to look at these bot candles because they kind of mess up the whole thing. But yeah, here we go. Let's go to the 15 minutes so we can get a better chart, better look at this right here. So yeah, so as you can see, it bounced the same kind of about the same time that these others have been bouncing off the bottom, and it's sitting at about 5 cents right now for the print token. We already went over CoinMarketLeague in that one. 0x Coast, like I said, this is the place to on-ramp and off-ramp your money directly into Pulse Chain if you don't want to use the ETH bridge right now. pDai is one of the best aggregators that I usually get the best price at. Here is the Pink Miss Well token, or sorry, the Pink Miss Well's address. It ends in 8090. And yeah, he's sitting at 71.8, so almost 72% here. And there's about 11 or 12% locked in the liquidity pair. So together, the two of them make about 84, 85% locked up here. It's pretty interesting. And then again, like the fuel cells, this is the count of the fuel cells. This is the count that really counts right here. And of course, the dark matter token, 93, 94% of this is locked up right here in these top addresses, which, you know, 3 of them are smart contracts. One of them is the mystery box, which is, you know, behaving pretty closely to a smart contract right now. Interesting. And then of course we got our DEX tools and the DAI we were trying to look at right here. Which pair is this? This is the this is when I was trying to find the pDai stuff right there. Boom, boom, pDai stuff. Yeah. So anyways, going back here, 10 tops in the house. What's up, Hexicans? I think you just need to refresh pDai to update the price. Yeah, that's a good call. That's easier than fishing or waiting. So that being said, yeah, my take on pDai is that pDai is net negative for Pulse right now, especially as long as some mystery person can print the shit out of it. Never a great idea. Never a good idea for a token to have a mystery man that has their hand on some crazy levers. But you know, do with what you know. No financial advice here. Do your own research, and you know, good luck. Good luck to everyone here in crypto. This place is insane. It's the Wild West. It's bananas. It's crazy. All we can do is take care of the relationships that we have with each other and do what we say we're going to do, and find out who's trustworthy and find out who has our back, you know, out of this ecosystem. We're all here to make money, but at the same time, money's not real. So relationships are real. And I would say focus on communities. Look for tokens that have the strongest community. And if a token got a community by FOMO, they're probably going to lose that community with FOMO in another project. So find the places where people have like really planted their flag and made good friendships, both, you know, in real life and online. And yeah, I just want to say I'm grateful for this community. This community is awesome. And I've already gone over an hour, so let's cut this right here. If any of you guys want to make clips of this and make it more digestible and cut out all the fluff, hit me up, DM me, let me know what you want to do, and I will definitely help you out. Also, before I go, join our community on X. It's called The Collective, and that's where we're voting for our J Fuel art contest. So the fuel cells, the NFTs that are coming up in J4, they don't have any art attached to them yet. So what we do is we have a community contest where we're sharing this beautiful art And it doesn't have to necessarily be like a picture. It can be a video, it can be a song, it can be a poem. We have a poem up there right now that's competing. And whatever that piece of art is that wins, is that winner's going to get a bunch of dark. They're going to get a ton of reward points. And for real world swag, we haven't even gone into that in a while, but we should probably do a video just about the collective and the ranks. But we have a lot of fun stuff over here. We're a rabbit hole. We're a network of rabbit holes. We're a series of rabbit holes that you can dive down and find some cool stuff or something that you're into. So yeah, check out our art contest, all 9, and join our Telegram, t.me/antigravity saga. And yeah, just keep streaming, keep tweeting, and yeah, take good care of yourselves because you're worth it. You know, you matter. You're the fact that you exist here in this experience that we're all sharing means that you are a unique and precious creation, and you're not here by mistake. And if you're not here by mistake, that means you have value and you matter. So remember that you matter today. What you do matters. Even the smallest action, even if no one sees it, it matters. So take good care of yourselves and each other. I love you guys. I want to be trying to shorten these streams and connect these as much as I can as possible. I've been streaming way too much, throwing way too much information out there. It's just too much to actually listen to and absorb. So hit us up, DM me if you guys are interested in doing anything with the project at all. If you have any ideas, some of our best ideas have come from you, the community. And also let me know if you guys are interested in helping us knock out the Pink Mist Well game that is going to be built on top of Dark. It's going to market by Dark. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's something that we can play while we're waiting for the windows to open for minting, and we can play it while we're waiting for the lotteries to count down. Because you guys are just, you guys have to, you know, you guys, it's hard to keep people's attention. You got to keep giving them something to play with. And so you guys are awesome. I love you guys. And I'll be sharing the stream link as always. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you.